20 life-changing miles.
At that point, I thought, we're going to die.
Not defined by one of the most intense tornadoes that can be measured, but by a Dayton strong spirit committed to comeback.
It means that progress is still going on, and 6 months later.
As the journey from Brookville to Trotwood, Harrison Township, and Northridge comes to an end,
I'm doing good. I'm doing good.
we traveled to where the EF4 ended 6 months ago today, as our team learns what North Dayton and Riverside still need.
And a lot of the houses were abandoned will need to come down.
And where the community's moving, walking the path of the storm.
You could clearly hear it and then pass, and it became silent, and then it started passing again. So it was almost like two tornadoes.
As Matthew Tepper and his wife took cover in their old North Dayton basement, around the corner,
I got hit by a stick. It was about this long and about this thick.
a branch smashing through Barbara Del Grosso's home off Troy Street woke her up. Thankfully, she survived the EF4, but like dozens our team has talked with, her car was not as lucky.
And looked at the car, and he said, "Oh my God, it's demolished." And it was.
Car problems led some our team heard from to lose jobs. And as we discovered soon after the tornado, so much loss in general could be seen across North Dayton. 6 months later, our view from the air showed us much of that damage, including a destroyed grocery store, still remains. The search is on for a food desert solution.
There are a lot of people in this neighborhood who can afford their own groceries, but they don't have the transportation to go out to get to a full-size grocery store.
I feel really bad for the people who live there.
That sense of empathy from contractors like John Scott continues from his firsthand experience. So many tornado victims needing services like his.
Usually we do about 300 properties a year with the city contracts, and we're probably up to about 450 this year with the tornado.
For Dayton alone, the EF4 impacted 825 properties, including this 70,000 square foot warehouse.
It needed to be taken down, so we demolished it and hauled everything away.
Those Dayton buildings, on top of more than 3,500 others in Montgomery County. On top of them, there's the property damage 14 other Miami Valley tornadoes left behind that same night. It continues to mean a real-life supply and demand lesson.
And a lot of the houses that were abandoned will need to come down.
I say there's about 60 neighbors gone.
A lot of houses don't have insurance.
Some of them have insurance. Some of them are landlords. They may have insurance on their primary residence, but not their rentals.
I didn't go outside, I just went to the door. If I'd opened the door, it would have sucked me completely out of the house.
Daryl Connolly considers himself incredibly lucky. His virtually untouched home was different from many of his Overlook Mutual apartment neighbors.
His roof was completely gone. And then the guy next to him, Steve, he's still got that piece of wood sticking in his gable.
And we were watching you on the news.
Down the street near Wright-Patterson Air Force Base, Steve Griffin, who also lives in Overlook Mutual apartment, heard my warning. His fiancée urged him to take cover with her in the bathroom.
Well, when we opened up the bathroom, it looked like a snow globe.
Today, the dirt, leaves, and insulation that were floating through the air have been cleaned up, like many of the 63 Riverside properties sustaining some damage 6 months ago. The rebuilding, for so many our team talked to,
I believe it was $60,000 to rebuild one.
is only part of the recovery stories. Mentally, the storm has left its mark.
It bothered me for months because, one, I felt bad that I didn't protect her good enough. We were in a situation where we both could have got killed.
Just one sign of the invisible Memorial Day tornado wounds left behind for so many of our neighbors, still struggling to rebuild after a life-changing storm.